People living in Mississippi will long remember the night of the tornado outbreak in March of 2023. Rolling Fork and Silver City in the west central part of the state were almost wiped out, in particular Silver City. Of course, the town wasn't all that big to begin with.
This little neighborhood was the only neighborhood in here and the tornado just dropped right on top of it and destroyed 95% of all houses in here.
See, you leave home and you got a beautiful house and kids are okay, and you come back, all in one day, it's gone.
Lots of people came to the aid of the folks who lost everything that night. They brought food, water, clothes. The federal government, state government, insurance came in, did a great bit of help. But for a lot of these people, after the TV cameras started dwindling away and the news cycle shifted elsewhere, they still didn't have much left when it was all totaled up.
This is an impoverished community. We're in the Delta, so, a lot of people don't have the resources to build back.
Angela didn't have the money it would take to rebuild her house, but some people heard about her situation in Silver City and turned this into this in a matter of about a month at no charge to Angela.
I have windows, new doors. It's basically a new home for me.
Same thing happened at a few other houses. People who had nowhere else to turn found people turning to them.
And I moved back in my home 2 weeks ago.
Who were these miracle workers who came in and saw the needs and pitched in? Well, people like anybody else, but people who had the means to help and felt moved to do so. Churches were some of the first volunteers to get here, and they've stayed long after the cameras left. People needing a miracle should look toward the church.
I think that church are ultimately the hands and feet of Jesus, and we believe that Jesus doesn't primarily work inside the four walls of a church building.
Chris Clark is the missions pastor at Pine Lake Church in the Jackson area, and their idea isn't just to come in and do first aid, but stick around and do second aid, and even stay long enough to do third aid to these families.
If we can find out about a need where we're going to be a part of not just cleanup, but actually rebuilding homes.
Business people in Mississippi were also aware of the devastation in Silver City and saw where they could make some bold differences. Lewis Wilkinson is a contractor in Jackson. One look at Angela's situation, for instance, inspired him to put his skills and contacts to work for her. Angela's house is being completely rebuilt and central heat and air is being installed. She never had that before. And it's not just Angela's house.
Inside and out. New walls, new floors, new everything.
Churches, specifically church members, and organizations like Spokes of Hope and 180 Degree Disaster Recovery are working with families in Silver City. But a lot of individuals have stepped up and are utilizing their expertise to help make the shells into homes again. Not for credit, but just because it needs to be done.
We don't need to always people to know that. We just need to help people. That's what you're supposed to do.
Brooke Strength at Strength Roofing in Jackson saw a chance to make a difference in some lives. His family's company put on 3 roofs at no cost in one day.
Just one day, we changed the whole community's life. Just one day from our company, one day changed everybody's life, and that's huge.
Brooke spread the word and got Henry Cooper with Country Please and Sausage in Florence, Mississippi on board.
Can't take credit for anything. All I really did is gonna hand him a check, but they did all the work.
Dennis Vandermolen, president of Vermeer Mid-South, is another businessman who recognizes when things need to be done and doesn't subscribe to the idea that somebody else needs to be the one to do something about it.
And God has blessed me with some people in my life that's gonna come in and do insulation, sheetrock.
And as a Christian businessman, Dennis sees the church's role as not something that the paid staff is responsible for, but the church. The people in the congregation are to take the lead.
There's families that are being impacted there that really need to have some extra support.
And so we believe the greatest opportunity to be like Christ and to help share the message of the church is to go out where the greatest need is, where the people are who have those needs, to serve them well.
For me, it's faith in humanity, that people, there are still really good, God-fearing, God-loving, compassionate people in the world.
Silver City's being put back together because people saw the condition of the town after the tornado and after all the other help had gone back home and probably asked themselves, What would I need someone to do for me if I were in that situation? And then they did it. Or they did what they could do. Miracles have been done in Silver City, but there's still more left to be tackled.
What's left of Silver City is only 20 houses. So, and we fixed 3 of them. So if we could get just a couple more people on board, we could get these people back in their homes.
It's life-changing. This is life-changing for me.
You can do miracles just by doing for someone else what you do every day anyway.